my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Hello everybody, Ryan here, or MandRproductions, and today is the day, the LEGO Star Wars Ultimate Collector Series Imperial Star Destroyer that we have been talking about on this channel since I think December of 2018 as a rumored LEGO Star Wars UCS set for 2019 has finally been officially revealed. We have all the images, we have all the details officially for you guys. It's finally the day. So it looks like just about everything we thought we knew, we did know. One of the unfortunate things I think I'll say right off the bat, and possibly the most disappointing thing for a lot of people, will be the fact that there are only 2 minifigures. The set itself is absolutely gorgeous though, and we'll get into the fine nitty-gritty details of all that. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below, but let's go ahead and get started with the piece count, 4,784. Funnily enough, when the rumors first came out, the rumored piece count was 4,782, so that only got bumped up 2 from the rumor from months and months ago, so that's kind of interesting. Just a little bit off, but kind of unimportant. The price of the set is going to be $700 US or 700 euros, just depending on where you live, and honestly, $700 is probably worth it. The price per piece is kind of irrelevant here. You can just tell by looking at it. There are so many large pieces and large panels used to make up a set like this that they could have substituted for much smaller pieces to inflate the piece count if that's what you were looking for to justify a purchase like this, but that's not the way you should look at this set. This set is just absolutely massive. It is longer, I think, than the UCS Millennium Falcon from 2017. The set measures 43 inches long by 26 inches wide. It's just a absolutely ginormous model. I'm curious to find out what the actual weight of this thing is, because it's got to be one of the heaviest LEGO Star Wars sets ever. But that is going to leave us at a price per piece of 14.6 cents for those of you that actually care. The release date for this set is going to be October 1st, 2019 for everybody, and if you are a VIP, which is, there's no real barrier to entry other than going and asking to be a VIP, is the 18th of September, which we also knew from some rumors earlier on. So, compared to the original UCS Star Destroyer from 2002, this new set has about 1,500 more pieces, and it is larger than the older set as well. So, looking at the front box art image, we can see the Star Destroyer is hovering over what I would assume to be Tatooine there, and chasing down the Tantive 4 mini model that is included once again, just like the original UCS Star Destroyer set. This one once again does include a mini Tantive 4. It's using the beautiful UCS box art that we got with the UCS Tantive 4 from earlier in 2019, and I must say I'm totally down for this. Looks awesome. Of course, says Ultimate Collector Series, got all the little details you could ask for. The back of the box is where we're going to begin to be able to get a lot more details out of this. So it shows the set on its stand, and this is where I think this set is going to shine versus the old one. The stand looks a lot more sturdy. It looks a lot cooler than the older one's UCS stand, honestly. It maybe just that it's different looks cooler to me. Maybe it's not as practical as the older one. I'm not really sure yet. But what I do know is that with this older stand, you're actually able to fit a lot more detail under the set than what they could do with the older version of the set. The older version of the set really lacks that bubbly part underneath the Star Destroyer, which I think is like a shield generator or something to that sort. But that is just completely non-existent on the older UCS Star Destroyer, and as you can see, they were able to fit it in on this one, which is an excellent detail for them to fit in. They also were able to fit in the actual Tantive 4 going into the docking bay. The one on the older UCS Star Destroyer is just kind of an empty space. So that is definitely another great detail they were able to pick up. Another great thing about this box art is that they're showing the Star Destroyer on the shipyards of what I would assume to be Corellia there. And that is something that I think is really cool. It's like, we've built the Star Destroyer and here it is where it gets built. I think that's a great way to show this set off. Anyway, it shows the set off also below that in a few different angles, and then on the left side of the box from this angle, you're going to see the Star Destroyer from the back side underneath, kind of at a really, really cool angle there. But let's move on to the white images. We're going to take a look at all the nitty-gritty details. So, as you can see, this one has a lot less studs showing on top than the older one. Not that it doesn't show studs. This one has plenty of studs showing, which I think is part of the appeal to a lot of LEGO sets as well, but you can see that it's used a few more of the large tile plate pieces that the older one didn't. Moving on, we'll see the top-down view, and you can kind of start to tell that I think they were able to close off what was a pretty giant gap on the 2002 UCS Star Destroyer. The older model did have a pretty noticeably large gap, and that is something that you would notice looking at it from straight on, and hopefully that seems to be fixed for the most part. Now, obviously, I'll be doing a comparison video on this set when I get it in my hands on September 18th of the new one versus the older one, so we'll be able to see that side by side on the channel. But I think they did seem to change a little bit of the design. Also, looking at it top down on the back side of the Star Destroyer, you can see they added the 2x3 and 1x1 tile pieces just kind of hanging off the edge of the back of the Star Destroyer. That's just those little extra details that the older one just didn't have that they're really bringing this new one to life with. Moving on, you get this, what might be my favorite angle of the set that we've seen so far, and it's also interesting to note that they are using shadows in these images, so you're gonna see one side a lot better than the other. But I think this angle really helps show off exactly what the bridge is going to look like, with all the little extra detailing on top of the bridge with the antennas and such, like kind of some similar techniques to the older set, and also some new techniques in there. The bridge building technique is the one that I'm most interested to find out about, because with the original 2002 version, it is one of the wonkiest, weirdest things I have ever built on a Lego set, and I'm hoping this new one does bring a new design. It also shows that the area underneath the bridge is a lot more bulky. It's a lot more built out, it has a lot more detail to it, and just in general is a little bit more wider in its base, I think, than the original one. So I'm interested to see how that's going to stack up to the older one. It also looks like there's a nice new side turret on there, and they've even changed the way they've done the greebling on the side a lot, so you're going to see a lot different detail on the side of the Star Destroyer. Here's the front on look, which is going to give us the best look at that gap I was talking about. It looks like for the most part they're able to close up the gap to some degree. This set is very wide, it is very long, and it is very goddamn cool, not gonna lie. The back side of the set here is going to show off the engines pretty dang well. They are much more detailed than the 2002 version. The 02 version really just used a couple of pieces to make up the large engine pieces. On this set, they've used some extra little flaps and hinges and different things like that to give it a little bit more depth and detail than the older version. And I must say, it really does help bring it to life. Again, you'll see on this angle, the way that they have the bump on the bottom side, it was completely just omitted on the 02 version, so it's great to see Lego be able to fit it in this set. Moving along, we get a very beautiful shot of the cannons, the defense cannons of the Star Destroyer there to keep them pesky rebels away, and those things look a lot cooler than the 02 versions, I'll tell you that. They've done a great job designing something small, compact, yet still looks incredibly detailed, made of just like 10 pieces. I think that's a Nexonites piece they use for the back end, the one that kind of creates a little triangle there, I think is the best piece you could have asked for. Also, it gives you a great idea of all the greebling and detailing they did with the midsection below the bridge here that we were talking about, and really just absolutely disgusting amount of detail. So nice. The next image is going to give us a great idea of what the Tantive looks like in the docking bay. I can't tell what exactly that black thing is supposed to be. I don't know if that's an Imperial ship, or maybe looking at it now while editing, it's pretty clearly a TIE fighter. When I was first looking at it, I just didn't see the second wing there, so I saw like the midsection, and then I saw the 1x2 black tile, and I just didn't see the other one, so it didn't occur to me that it was a TIE fighter, but it's clearly a TIE fighter, so nice little micro TIE fighter model fit in there. Let's talk about that Tantive 4 model, shall we? This thing looks a little bit chubby. I'm not gonna lie, this is the weirdest thing to me. Maybe it's just this angle. If you look at it from top down, it doesn't look as chubby as it does from the first angle that we're looking at, but this thing does look a little bit awkward to me. Maybe it's just because I just built the 02 Tantive 4 mini model. I haven't built the Planet Series one yet, though. I do have that sealed in the box, though, so maybe I'll have to break that one out to really compare all three to see what Lego has changed with this newest one. But it does look like a decent model. They've got pretty much all the little details of the Tantive 4 down on this one, so I don't know what I'm really complaining about, but I'm interested to see what it's going to actually look like when I have it in hand. So I think that's what's going to matter with this little mini Tantive 4 for me. I'm curious to see what they've really got going for them. As far as the two Imperial Officer minifigures, I think this is going to be the most disappointing part for a lot of people, is that there aren't any like super cool Darth Vader exclusive figure, Chrome Vader, you know, like that would have been the time. But they've done a great job, including a couple of officers that look unique, and I think that was important for them to do here. You have the first guy in light gray. He's got a couple of Imperial insignias on either of his arms, just a lot more lines on his prints than a normal Imperial officer, I think is the best way to put it. Just a lot more folds in his clothing, and you'll see he's got a little microphone hanging down off his face, and then the beautiful dark gray hat on him. The other officer looks pretty much the same, bar less lines on his torso, and he's in dark gray. Doesn't have any arm printing. He does have dual molded legs, which I think make him look pretty unique as well, and I actually really love the bags under his eyes. I think that's one of the things that really builds that particular character. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts on the new UCS Star Destroyer down in the comments section below. I think LEGO has done an excellent job changing up the design from the older version, kind of bringing in a lot of new techniques. I'm really actually thrilled to be getting to build this in the next couple of weeks because I'm fresh off the build of the 2002 version, which admittedly is a rough build by today's LEGO standards. So I'm really interested to see what LEGO has whipped up here as far as building techniques and everything to make this a different process than the older version. And apparently the 2002 version over time will begin to droop, so I'm interested to see how this one is going to hold up over time as an actual display model, because obviously that's what this is going to be for. I'm really hoping not a lot of people are too angry that there is no interior to this model. I really don't know what people expected. I don't know where you're supposed to fit an interior on this model. I think LEGO did a great job fitting an interior on the UCS Millennium Falcon from a couple years back, but I didn't expect an interior on this thing. Maybe there was an off chance that we would see something fit into the bridge of this set, but that didn't happen, and that's okay with me. So let me know your thoughts on the comment section below. I will definitely be buying this on day one here. I will be picking this up. I cannot wait to pick this up. I'll be up and early at the LEGO store. I promise you guys that. Again, $700 is the price for this. September 18th, 4,784 pieces. Make sure you guys subscribe, turn on notifications for the channel to catch my review and comparison of this with the older version of the set. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you all for watching. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. I think my floor is going to have a new friend very soon. I don't know where the heck I'm going to put this thing, but I ain't going to not buy it. See you guys later.